Good evening and welcome to Intwine, your number one source of news and entertainment in English and Spanish. Today I'm going to talk about Mr. Charlamagne the God and Anderson Cooper interview on CNN. Let me give you a little background. A few days ago, Anderson Cooper dared to challenge Kamala Harris on a town hall, making her look really bad. I mean, literally, it went viral. Kamala Harris made a lot of mistakes, and Anderson Cooper dared to challenge her in the issues that the American people care about. So here comes this character, Mr. Charlamagne, to put Anderson Cooper on his place for what Cooper did to Kamala Harris. Let's take a look at the video.
Saying that she thinks that she believes Donald Trump is a fascist got a lot of headlines because it was the first time she said it. She's been going along for days saying Mark Milley said he's a fascist. This person said this. You raised the question of authenticity in your interview with her, and that was an authentic moment where she says, "Yeah, I do think he's a fascist," and I think that's why it had a reaction. Donald Trump, for whatever you think about him, if you like him, if you hate him, he is certainly who he is. He's showing us who he is every single day.
Yeah, which is a fascist. And it's crazy because you still don't have news networks having that conversation. Like when some
You can feel the hatred. Charlamagne the God says, yeah, Donald Trump show us who he is. Yeah, a fascist. No, the guy care about America. That is what he's showing to us.
somebody says, when somebody questions Kamala Harris's blackness or is he a DEI hire, y'all will have roundtable discussions about that, asking that question. How come you're not having roundtable discussions asking?
Ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris always identify herself as an Indian American woman, not as an African American woman. That stage happened the other days. Everybody find out pretty much the other days that she identified herself as an African American female. Nobody knew this.
Is Donald Trump a fascist? Actually, not even asking it, stating it. I mean, when you look at the things that he's talking about doing, jailing journalists, jailing his political opponents, turning the military on American citizens. The guy said he wanted to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. How come that is not the topic of discussion on networks like CNN every day?
But
Can you imagine? You heard what what Mr. Charlamagne said? He actually telling Anderson Cooper what topic should they talk about.
do you think that, I mean, you were raising this with Kamala Harris about her own authenticity, about her own willingness to just, say things that aren't crafted. Do you think she needs to do more of that? Trump's going to go.
Needs to keep
Trump's going to go. Apparently,
Yes.
apparently, Trump's going on is going to tape a thing with Joe Rogan. Do you think she should do that?
I think that she should keep calling Donald Trump a fascist. And I think that Americans need.
She's not gonna show up at Joe Rogan's. She's not. If she does, I'd be shocked, because Joe Rogan is gonna ask her, why didn't you close the border? Why didn't haven't you done anything about the crime wave? Why the food is so expensive? Why the gasoline is so expensive? Why the inflation is killing the middle class, and pretty much everybody is being affected for it with the inflation. She's not gonna show up there.
Need to keep looking at the rhetoric of Donald Trump, because I don't know why we're even thinking about electing somebody who's talking about putting people in camps. I don't know why why we want to elect somebody who's talking about mass deportation. I don't know why we're having this conversation about somebody who wants to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. Aren't we supposed to be a patriotic country? Whenever somebody like Colin Kaepernick takes a knee in this country, everybody talks about, oh, that's so unpatriotic. But a guy can say he wants to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election and nobody cares?
You're just spilling lies. Lies.
Even me bringing it up now, you brought it back to Kamala and Joe Rogan. Anderson?
Yeah.
Who gives a damn?
Oh, who gives a damn?
I
Oh,
think you give damn who's elected president, and
Yeah,
I'm
especially
asking
if that
you.
president is a fascist. That's talking about putting people in camps. That's talking about, once again, terminating the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election.
who gives a damn? Like, listen, Anderson Cooper, you better get back in line. I don't want you challenging Kamala Harris. You are not supposed to be talking about nothing else other than Donald Trump is a fascist. That's it. That's what I want on CNN 24/7.
That's talking about, jailing his political opponents. Like, that rhetoric doesn't scare people?
Well, we talk about this every single. This is what
I don't think
I've been
y'all talk
talking
about
about
it
this
enough.
every night.
I don't think y'all have enough conversations about it. I feel like I heard more on this network about is Kamala Harris black than I do about, Donald Trump being a fascist.
Well,
am I wrong, Angelo?
Honestly, that's bullshit. I'm sorry.
Oh, I like that.
That's no,
Go
that
ahead,
is
Anderson.
no, I'm not. Look, I'm a huge fan of yours.
Okay.
But to say that we're sitting around discussing is Kamala Harris black, like
I've seen that. I've seen
that's
those roundtable
definitely
discussions
on.
a lot. Now,
That's
that's
true.
bullshit, Anderson. For you to say that y'all don't have those conversations.
I've never asked somebody is.
I love it when they kill each other. I love it. Look at these two. Everybody knows that Anderson Cooper is pretty much an arm of the Democratic Party, CNN. We all know that. Charlamagne the God, same thing. But when they actually fighting against each other, it's beautiful.
I'm not saying
Kamala
you.
Harris
I said
Not
the
you.
network.
He said the network. He
I
did
don't
say
think
the
anyone
network.
I don't think any anchor on this network has been going around saying, "Is she black?"
Y'all have never
It's
had
definitely, it's definitely
we have
been.
had. Look, I'm sure we have had, nutty people or people who have strongly held beliefs who I may disagree with, who
Yeah.
somewhere on some panel have said something. But
Yeah.
I will just
But
speak up
even-
for what I do on the show. I do believe it's important to get people different viewpoints as long as they're willing to have a legitimate conversation. What I
But
don't like
is-
are surrogates who come out and just spout talking points that they don't even believe, and those are people I tried to eliminate from having ever on the air again.
I think no network has honest conversations about Donald Trump. Nobody's had honest conversations about.
Are you kidding me? CNN, ABC, MSNBC. These people cover Donald Trump negatively, literally 90% of the time. Unheard of. And this guy wants more. He said they not trashing him enough. Wow.
About Donald Trump since 2016. I saw last night they were talking about, the double standard that exists between Donald Trump and the vice president. But it's always a double standard with Trump, whether it's with Hillary, whether it's, against Biden, now with Kamala. We talk about him being a threat to democracy, but we don't treat him like one.
No, he didn't. He did not say that. A threat to democracy, and we don't treat him like one. Mr. Charlamagne, Donald Trump got shot. And somebody was waiting for him on the bushes with a shotgun to kill him. 2 assassinations attempt, pretty much in months apart. And you said that CNN is supposed to be pushing that Donald Trump is a threat to democracy even harder than what they already doing it. I don't believe this.
I mean, I don't know what you've been watching, but I don't know of any Trump supporters out there or people who like him who are tuning in to me every night to try to get, to be validated in their opinions. I don't know. I don't know. I disagree.
I don't
with
think it's
you.
about validating. What you mean, validating the Trump?
Well, you're saying that we're not that I guess you're saying I'm not discussing all the things he is saying and doing and pointing it out and talking to what John Kelly. I mean, this has been discussed. There's nobody.
Anderson.
Let me just say, there is nobody on the planet who has not heard and seen pretty much everything Donald Trump has said and knows
I don't believe that.
Knows,
I don't believe that.
Well,
When-
knows
when-
who
when-
he
when the
is,
vice
whether they
president- no,
believe
I don't
it or
believe
not,
that.
whether they care or not.
When the vice president said that to you last night, she said, I don't think enough people know. I 100% believe enough people have not heard his rhetoric. What do you think, Angela?
I was just about to say, can y'all tag me in?
The thing is, sir, people don't trust you guys any longer. It doesn't matter what you said. We do not trust you. You guys are 24/7 talking about Trump. I mean, literally, without Trump, CNN would not exist. They have no ratings. We all know that.
And I'm never doing this remote with
I'm
y'all
sorry.
ever again.
Angela, yes. It's the problem of being on satellite. Yes,
I
talk,
know,
please,
it is the
come in.
problem. No, I was just going to say, you know, I think what you're saying is fair, that there have been roundtable discussions where y'all raised this. I think the problem is it would be nice for, you know, you to cut to camera and say, I'm looking right here, right now. Y'all, Kamala Harris is a black woman.
Right,
Let's
that's not
move right along.
Yeah,
But,
yes.
but I was going to say to your colleagues' credit.
You heard what she said to Anderson Cooper. You have to literally cut the camera and follow the script. That's what she said.
Jake, right after the town hall yesterday, he said that you all had the opportunity to critique what Kamala Harris' policy proposals were, what her positions were, what her recommendations were, whether or not she answered a question fair enough because, ta-da, she's the only one that showed up for the town hall. Yeah. It was supposed to be a debate. He said that. I think that the point is we don't hear those things enough, and it has been a threat. We cannot say, oh, you know, Kamala is going on with Joe Rogan, or no, I'm sorry, Donald Trump is going on with Joe Rogan, but Kamala's choosing Club Shay Shay. Debate it. Like it's like, what is he going to say when he goes on?
Here's what I've been saying, which is it is a double standard because Kamala Harris has policies and she talks about her policies. And you may think she doesn't talk in detail enough about her policies, and plenty do. And I pushed her on that.
I'm gonna leave it up to here. Listen, these people went to this show, to CNN, Anderson Cooper, to literally put Anderson Cooper back in line. I mean, to the point that I felt that Anderson Cooper almost apologized to these people. It was so much pressure. You did this, you did that. You pressure her on the town hall. You asked the wrong questions. You were not supposed to ask her about the border, the inflation. You were not supposed to ask her why is she changing her position every minute. Unbelievable, unbelievable. I'm going to leave it up to here. Please subscribe, put your comments below, and see you in the next video.